Hello and welcome. Today is Monday, the 20th of May, 2024. And we are still on tail end or potentially still in the midst of all of this solar activity, which is quite unprecedented from what I understand. And I know that we're all feeling it. So there's a couple of things that are really quite prominent at the minute and have been going on for, at least in my awareness, about 6 weeks. But I was not aware until recently just how prevalent it was. And one of them, and yes, I do think it's connected to the solar activity. And yes, I do think it's connected to the moon. Um, Hormonal changes. Now, what I've heard reports that it is that women who are postmenopausal and have been postmenopausal for some time, they're in their late 50s, early 60s even, are having symptoms of ovulation or even getting their periods back. This is across the board, though. It's whether or not they've been jabbed is irrelevant. Whether or not they've got people around them who have been jabbed is irrelevant. Whether or not what they were one of those women who were still quite in their prime fertile years of in their 20s and 30s whose periods stopped unexpectedly during the rollout of the jab. Things are starting to kick back in again. Some are getting the bloating and the cramping and the pain that is associated sometimes for some of us with ovulation. But then no period presents, but it's just ovulation. And I also think, excuse me, it's connected to the next thing. It's all part of it. Some of these weird symptoms now, obviously this cough, right? I'll use that as an example. Very easy for me and others to just look at me and go, well, you smoke, so whatever, smoker's cough. I knew it wasn't. I knew it was a big emotional blockage. So, of course, I did. Ignored it. Didn't want to look at it, didn't want to face it, didn't want to feel it. Until I had to. And I only spent probably 10 or 15 minutes one night over a week ago working with it, working on clearing it. I woke up the next morning and I felt like I had been punched in the chest like with a baseball bat. I was so sore, so bruised. Movement, it was like in the bones, it was in the muscles. It felt like it was intense. That first day was really quite intense. The second day, there was a little bit of improvement. The third day, a lot of improvement, and it was gone by day 4. So was the cough. The only time I cough now is when I think about it or talk about it. So there's still a little bit there.